So I was getting ready to make dinner. I had to stop. I read what was going on. I didn't even change my shirt because I don't think I would like to wear this shirt right now. I didn't even change my hair clip. I just found one. The closest one to me is this cheaply made but also awesome McDonald's hair clip. It's French fries. I'm wearing this on camera because this was so atrocious, today's patch. I should have told my wife on camera what it was because she went on a beautiful tirade. Beautiful tirade. She loves Loki. So many people love Loki. And I'm pretty sure everything that came out of her mouth at the decibel level it did probably is what so many players are feeling right now. So, and it's all because of Arishem. What exactly happened? So, first, Loki. Loki went from a 4-5 to a 3-5. Now, instead of transforming your hand into cards from your opponent's starting deck, you are replacing your deck with your opponent's starting deck, and you're giving those cards -1 cost, and then you draw a card. So, previously, you'd be able to try to get Agent 13, Maria Hill, do whatever you can to get more cards in your hand. Play Loki on 4, when originally he was a 3, and 4 made it a little bit tougher, but at the same time, it was great. You can have a nice full hand, you have all your opponent's cards, and you're ready to just throw everything down. Sometimes it felt a little bit crazy. There are some decks Loki did not work well against at all. It was random, but you were able to just be able to play and have a bunch of cards. Now, let's say you get him on 3, you draw a card at 3, then 4, 5, and then 6. So you are only getting 4 of your opponent's cards. You don't know what was actually in his deck. You gotta guess what's in his deck based off of what you have. So you don't know any of the combos or anything that's going on right now, what the theme of their deck is, and you're going against them. So you're still trying to figure it out. By turn 3, you have a decent idea. But right now, just like Loki, what the hell? Right? The only way you're going to draw cards too is with Crystal. So you have to play Loki first and then Crystal, and then what? You'll get an additional 1 card, but then you also have Crystal. So how does that work? And you're replacing your deck with your opponent's deck. I have to try this out, but does that mean if on turn 3 you have 7 cards left in your deck, does that mean it gets replaced with your opponent's full 12 card deck? Or just the cards that are in your deck are then replaced? And then you have -1 cost and you draw a card. Anyway, Loki's huge change. Huge change. I don't see this being beneficial. Who knows what's happening with it. Leech. Leech is now a 4-4 where the on reveal remove text. On reveal is remove the text from 6 cost cards in your opponent's hand, which is, I don't know. Leech has been going through so much. He's such a problematic card sometimes. Very unfun. I don't know how this is. But that's not the point. The point is he was changed because of Arishem again. Dr. Octopus also changed because of Arishem. Dr. Octopus was a fantastic card. Absolutely fantastic card. Because it's such a gamble. You can, if there's a Shang-Chi in your opponent's deck, you're pulling it. Right? Wonderful meme. Absolutely fantastic. He wins games or he loses game. That's it. If you've played Yu-Gi-Oh!, it's a time wizard. You flip a coin and either it's really good or really bad. You win or you lose. Now he's a 4-8 that pulls the lowest power card from your opponent's hand to that side of the location. So he's like a gladiator type of thing right now, but still completely changed. I don't know how I feel about this, but not the point if it's a buff or a nerf or who knows what's happening with it. It's still a change. And the Blob also has another change. Originally, this is the second change Blob has had because of Arishem. Second one. He lost his ability to move first, right? Now, it's instead of stopping at 15 power, he stops at gaining 13 or more power. So now he's taking a hit as well. All because of Arishem. So who knows about Doc Ock? Who knows if that's better or worse? Who knows what's happening with him? Completely changed because of Arishem. Leech also because of Arishem. Loki because of Arishem. Blob because of Arishem. These are all cards that have changed because of Arishem. He's a problem. He's a well-balanced card because you have all these extra randomness added to your deck, so you have an extra energy to deal with that. and he's a very expensive card to play, and his stats aren't that great. They're actually pretty terrible, right? So it seems like a pretty well-balanced card. But he unbalances the game, and that's the issue. He's a card that's so ridiculous that it's not him that's the problem. Like, it's not his mechanic, but it's just how he's affecting every other card in the game. So many other cards. That's the problem with Arishem. He may be fine on paper, but in practice, terrible. So, why Arishem ruined Snap? One, he brought Leech back. Terrible. Nobody likes Leech. And if you use them, I'm sorry. I don't know who hurt you. But Leech is an unfun card. I don't do it. Cozy even said in one of his videos a while ago that he purposely doesn't mention Leech because he doesn't want people to use them. I think it was him and Educated Collins that said that same thing. They don't like building decks with Leech because since they're widely watched Snap creators, they don't want to promote Leech in the meta, right? Very unfun card. And Arishem brought him back. He has caused so many changes to other cards, and he murdered Loki. So, what are the cards that have changed since Arishem's release? He's changed Blob twice. Mockingbird also had a change done to her because of Arishem. Leech has been changed, Doc Ock has been changed, and Loki has been murdered again. Again, murdered. A crime. But he's balanced. No, he's not balanced. Like, on paper, you think he's balanced by himself, but he's not. Because how he's affecting the game itself. He's unbalanced when several other cards suffer because of it. So instead of changing the root of the problem, Second Dinner keeps changing these other cards multiple times, some of them, like Blob. And that's when the problem is the game. And you look in the developer comments of each of these cards, and they're all mention Arishem, every single one. It's not even like maybe it's because of Arishem. No, the developers commented saying it is because of Arishem. So when you have 5 cards that are changed, and who knows how many other cards are going to get changed because of one card, that one singular card, the lowest common denominator, that's the one that needs to get changed. He's unbalancing the game itself. He's providing so many negative player experiences. It's getting frustrating. Yeah, you can get Cassandra Nova, you can get Darkhawk, you do these things to kind of like counter against them, but just getting these ridiculous cards out so early and just that extra energy right by itself, because there's so many great cards that he still gets. And it's absolutely bonkers. Like, how many times have an Arishem random card that he's generated for your opponent been the perfect counter for whatever deck you're using? Bonkers. Or the exact card they need at the right thing. Freaking Yu-Gi-Oh! Heart of the cards. Right then and there. Terrible. So, how about remaking Arishem? Right? So, here's a couple things. One, at the start of the game, add 10 random cards to your deck. Give them -1 cost. My wife came up with this idea. I think it's fantastic. Because the cards that he's adding random to you, they're getting the -1 cost, right? So not all, so you don't have this extra energy throughout the game. Half your deck has the -1 cost, and the other half doesn't, essentially, right? That might cause some balancing issues when it comes to it, because, I mean, unless it says, like, give the -1 cost minimum 1, right? Like, they can't go below 1, something like that. That might help out. It not as bad as, like, the main energy, and if there's some things I'm not seeing, let me know in the comments. You know, please. I could definitely see just some cards coming out sooner. But anyway, this is a possibility. Next is, I was thinking, what if Arishem was a 3-cost 4 power card, where at the start of the game you add 10 random cards to your deck, and then his on reveal is +1 max energy. So this way you have to play him on 3 to get that +1 max energy. You have to get him in your deck, and then you have to play him. Maybe they might want to add some domino effect, like he gets drawn on turn 4 if you haven't drawn him yet. But delaying the max energy until like turn 3 would be fantastic. Just wait. Because right now you have Electro, that's a 3-cost. That adds the +1 max energy. You have Corvus Glaive, 3-cost, adds the 1 max energy. 3-cost seems to be the perfect cost to add 1 max energy to your deck. or to your game. Make him a 3 cost. 4 power. Wonderful. Right? The other thing you could do is same thing, but at the start of the game, add your opponent's deck to your deck. So it's not like 10 crazy random cards. You're getting whatever your opponent has. All that stuff is just like added to your deck. You know, Arishem is judge, balances things, whatever else, right? I think that's his lore, that's his gig, right? Thumbs up, thumbs down, all that shit. Just, that's another thing. But I really think if you change this cost from a 3 cost to from 7 to 3, and then a 4 power card, right? Then have his on reveal be like the +1 max energy, adds to everything else, so people don't get this ridiculous start at the beginning of the game. They have to get them, just like Electro, just like Corvus Glaive, right? I think that would be a great change to him. Also make it so that he can't be one of the random cards that's added to your deck. You know, there's because then what, you play that, you play a second Arishem on turn 4, and then that's just like, that seems like too ridiculous. So do that. I think that's a fantastic change. Last, this is my dog Jameson, and this card needs to be made real. That's the end of this whole video. I have to go make dinner. Thank you guys for watching. Just stay strong. We'll get Loki back. Arishem will change. They have to change him. He's such a problem. I don't know why they are refusing to change him at all. It's dumb. See you later.